Hello, everybody. This is yoga video number 3, and we're going to continue working on shapes, just finding ourselves in the different postures. And we've learned quite a few from the first and second video. I want to start out with making some corrections. That is part of my journey in making these videos. So a couple of mistakes I made. One, I do this often and I'm not sure why my brain wants to remember this pose as baby pose. And I think it's just because it's how my baby slept. I think that might be it. So I was we were doing several poses together, and as we went down into child's pose, I called it baby's pose. So I want to make a clarification here. This is child's pose. We bring the knees out from our hips, a little further out from our hips. We can plant our big toes facing each other and just send the hips back and come down to our mats, to the ground. Today I have a nice soft warm blanket because we're going to do some ab work. So I just wanted to clarify that this is child's pose, and sometimes by accident I call it baby pose. It is not, it's child's pose. So I apologize for that. And I also mixed up, I taught Warrior 2 first, and I really was mixing Warrior 1 pose and Warrior 2 pose up. So we're going to clarify that as we begin poses today. I just want to make sure that you have a block or bolster or pillow or blankets, because we are going to do some variations to and those things will help us. You might want to have a chair, just if we do some balancing kinds of things, or if there's a variation that feels better to you to sit down, you'll have it handy. You might want to have some water, as I do, off to the side, and just give yourself this little quiet space where you can practice and come away from all of the responsibilities and exciting energy that our days are usually filled with. Today I just have a little heart rock. Sometimes you might want to incorporate some things that will receive energy, positive energy. So I have a little happy heart rock that I found with my little guy on the beach this past fall, a walk on the beach we had. And so I want to begin, I want to go right into it. I'm going to try to not talk as much because I'm making the videos really long, and that's not my intention. My intention is to give you some time to practice and for it to be of benefit to you, but not to waste a lot of your time. So if you can come right into seated pose, and depending on your energy, you can have your hands up or your hands down if you're practicing at nighttime and you feel like you've taken in enough things for the day. Sometimes in the morning we feel that way. So that is up to you. So today, I want to practice a pranayama called Ujjayi breath. So as we begin to come into ourselves and settle everything down, settling the nervous system down, and just coming into this nice seated pose, I want you to do a few rounds of your own natural breath, and then we're going to practice Ujjayi breath, which is a pranayama to begin to heat the body up. And so here we go, just a few cycles, quieting down and coming into our own body, coming away from the chaos of the day. as you continue this cycle of breath, finding your shoulders coming away from the ears. You can close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. You can have a soft gaze. Feeling the tongue begin to come away from the roof of the mouth. Allowing the brow to relax. The eyes in their sockets to relax. With each inhalation, trying to find a place with your pelvis neutral and just beginning to shift so that the spine becomes straight and long. We want our crown to be shining to the sky. Nice big breath, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, loosening the jaw, just letting everything in the face and the shoulders just coming down, letting gravity take effect. So we're going to begin some pranayama here. Like I said, it's called Ujjayi breath. I want you to imagine, just for a moment, by taking one of your hands and putting it up in front of your mouth, pretending that your hand is a mirror. And Ujjayi breath is a nice deep inhalation, letting the belly blow out. Putting the tongue to the roof of the mouth, keeping your mouth closed, and breathing out through the nose. And with that inhalation through the nose and exhalation out through the nose, you're going to pretend that you are steaming up this mirror in front of you. And Ujjayi breath can also be called ocean breath. So the sound of the air going into your nose and the exhalation coming out of the nose sounds like the ocean, the tide, as it goes in and out. So Ujjayi breath. So we're going to do a few rounds of that, beginning to warm the inside of the body, the pradapana, heating up that internal fire within, so we can begin to move energy out, stagnant energy out, negative energy out. So here we go, Ujjayi breath. Very nice. You can rest your hands down on your lap, and we're going to continue 5 more cycles of Ujjayi breath. Relaxing, pushing those seat bones and relaxing into the earth. Breathing deeply in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. Feeling the spine long and strong. Beginning to come into your body where there's tension, breathing to the tension and exhaling it out. Very nice. We're going to continue that deeper breathing as we warm the body up. We're going to stay seated here and bring our soles together. And we're going to come from the hips and just come down towards the feet. It doesn't matter how low you can go. That's not part of this stretch. It's remembering to come where there's an edge. And as soon as you go beyond that edge and feel discomfort, that's your body's way of saying to come back a little bit. So we're just going to come down towards our feet with our torso moving from our hips towards the floor, and remembering to breathe deeply here. Ujjayi breath. Feeling the breath come into the back ribs, into the shoulders as you inhale. And as you exhale, maybe finding a little bit more room to come down. Remember that we're making room in the body. We're trying to open everything up so that subtle body works for us, works with us. One more deep breath here. Exhale it out. If you want to give a little bit more stretch to your back, going up to your shoulder blades and the tops of your shoulders, into the side ribs, you can just put your hands out straight if that feels good for you. Nice deep breath here. Exhale it out. One more big inhale. Exhale it out. And just very gently walk those hips up. We're going to bring our legs straight in front of us. Sitting up nice and tall. Bringing that spine into a nice long position. Crown shining. Nice seated position here, Dandasana. Bringing the toes straight up to the sky for a bit of flexion, feeling a nice stretch down the back body. Taking in a nice big inhale here. Exhale it out, moving towards the toes. You can keep a bend in the knee here. And if you can't reach your toes, that's okay. As long as you're feeling a nice stretch down the back of the legs and maybe into the lower spine, that's what you want to feel. Inhale here. Exhale, find a little more room. Very nice. One more inhale here. Exhale it out. Slowly bringing the legs back in. We're going to keep one leg folded in, and we're going to take our hand and just hold the ankle and very gently bring one leg behind. And we're going to use this stretch also to open up the chest. So we're going to send the hand that's stable and holding us up. We're going to kind of open the shoulders like this, sending the chest out and bringing that ankle, holding that foot back to where the leg feels comfortable. You don't want to overstretch this, but you should feel a nice edge here. You should feel a nice stretch going down the hip flexor, opening up that hip, going down into the quadricep, and just opening up. Imagine if you were squeezing your shoulder blades in the back together, opening up that chest. And if you want to add in the neck, you can if this feels good. But if it's not comfortable, listen to your body and don't do it. Breathing deeply, exhaling out. Very nice. Coming in gently, folding that other leg in front, and taking this opportunity to do the other side. Always working both sides for balance. Having an elbow bent for that stable hand, that stable arm. Opening the chest, sending the shoulders back to meet in the middle, and just gently with your hands, your fingers totally around your ankle, you're bringing that leg back to where you feel the edge, feeling just that edge, but not any pain. And then adding in the neck if it feels good. Breathing deeply, exhaling out. One more breath here. Exhaling out, coming back to a seated position. Very nice. We're going to come to the front with our hands, bringing our knees underneath us, and we're just going to sit back here for a nice toe stretch. I am letting my toes bend so that the bottoms of my toes and the pads of my feet are on the floor getting the stretch, and then I also feel that stretch in the sole of my foot up into the arch. It's just a really nice stretch. Very nice. And then we're going to come to rising, bringing our feet to our hands, and just a really nice breath here. Exhaling out. Very nice. We're going to stretch the front of the feet, just no pressure on those toes, just rolling the toes. Now we're on sort of the knuckles of the toes and the toenails, the tops of the toes, but not putting pressure on them, just letting them roll. My pressure is on the standing foot, and I'm coming like behind my hips so that I'm not leaning into it. Just feeling a really nice stretch up the front of those feet. Good. And another big inhale here. Exhale it out. We're going to take the toes apart and come down into a forward fold, hinging at the hips, allowing the torso to come down here. Exhaling out. Bringing the hands down. You can keep a soft bend in the knee if you're not ready to keep your legs straight and feel the intensity of that stretch. Bending the knees lessens the intensity. Breathing in a nice deep breath here. Exhale it out. You can always use your pillow or your blocks, anything to bring the floor up so that you can bring your hands to that particular object. That's fine here. We're going to take this opportunity to come to one side, walking the hands to one foot, feeling a really nice stretch all down the side of the body. Breathing in deeply, exhaling out. Coming to the other side. Nice inhale here. Exhale it out. Very nice. Bringing the feet together, root to rise. We're going to come all the way up for a nice big inhalation into the belly. Exhale it out. Very nice. All right, we're going to get right into today's postures. I'm going to go over Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 because I was sort of mixing them together when I was teaching them to you. So I want to clarify and make it so that everybody is safer. I don't want to I don't want to guide you into a posture and have you get hurt. So I really want to go over those and clarify. So Warrior 2 we were learning first, okay? So Warrior 2, I'm going to bring if you mirror me, you're going to start with your right foot. I'm bringing my left foot as my starter foot, my front foot, and it's going to go to the front of the room. Now I'm using this as the front of the room. I'm going to bring my back foot back, and I'm going to have my feet at a 90-degree angle. This foot at a 90-degree angle, pointing towards the center of my mat, the middle of my mat. And this front foot, I'm going to bend. I'm going to keep this back foot straight and this back leg straight. My front knee is going to bend just over the ankle. And here's where I was misjudging you, okay? I was missing the guidance for you. So I wanna be clear. So it's very hard to keep our hips straight in this position. So it's okay to open them up more to like facing you, as opposed to going forward with my front foot, which was how I was guiding you. So your back hip cannot possibly, in this position, for most of us, go forward. It's got to stay in alignment pretty much with the quadricep, okay? The front hip can stay forward. This hip that's with the extending back leg is going to stay more forward, okay? So that's the correction I want you to make. And when you're ready, you can bring both arms out. And we want to keep that knee over the ankle, feeling those feet really rooted, pada bandha we learned last time, and taking a nice deep breath in here. Exhale it out. I'm going to add a little bit to this pose. We're going to do a reverse warrior. So we're going to bring our back hand down onto the thigh. We're not going to use it for support. We're just going to place it there. And then I'm going to open up the chest and send my shoulders back, letting the arm rise into the ear. And this is reverse warrior. Taking in a nice deep breath here. Exhale it out. Come back to warrior two. Feeling some nice strengthening and toning in the quadricep, and a really nice hip opener here in that back leg. Very nice. We're going to walk this back foot up to the front foot, taking a really nice in-breath here. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, bending the knees if you need to. If your hands are only going here, that's okay. Really thinking about what it feels like to have one hip really opened up and stretched and the other one not opened up. Just really finding the sensation in your body, coming into your body. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, root to rise. Exhale, bring hands to Anjali Mudra, yoga prayer. Deep breath in here. Exhale it out. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. Here you can set your intention. Very nice, everybody. Let's turn and do the other side. I'm going to now lead with my right foot for warrior two. You're going to lead with your left foot if you're mirroring me. So I'm going to get that right foot out, placing my knee over the toes, and I'm going to extend that back leg to where I feel the edge, but not too much so I don't get hurt. My back toes are at a right angle, coming sort of towards the center of the mat. I'm going to bend into that knee. My leading hip is going straight to the wall in front of me, and this hip with the leg extended is not so forward. It's more at an angle here, just like my back leg is. Taking a deep breath in here, bringing the hands out straight, warrior two. Nice big in-breath here. Exhale it out. We're going to place that back hand down on the back leg, just resting it. We're going to come up, sending the shoulders back, opening up the chest, bringing the hand back for reverse warrior. Big breath in here. Exhale, warrior two. Very nice. So I hope I've cleared that up. So now we're going to go into warrior one. Okay, and warrior one, I believe I said it could be high lunge or crescent. It's not. It's just warrior one. High lunge is a different pose. So I'm going to show you that after. So let's come to feet together. Let's shake out those thighs, giving ourselves a little bit of break here. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. We're going to come into opening up the feet and coming down into sort of this open kind of squat. And we're just going to stay here for a moment. We're not going to go into full goddess. We're just going to do some work to the lower body and the abs today. So we're just going to kind of work the thighs, the quadriceps at the same time today. Give them a moment. Very nice. Deep breath in here. Keeping the pelvis tucked. Exhale out. And walk the feet back together. Very nice. Big inhale. Exhale it out. All right. Warrior one. I'm going to bring my left foot forward and my right foot back. Yours are the opposite if you're mirroring me. This time, we are going to keep our back foot at a 90-degree angle, just like we do in Warrior 2. But this time, as we go into this sort of front knee lunge, we are going to try to get both hips facing in front of us, because our arms, when they swing out in Warrior 2, makes that hip move. But in Warrior 1, our hands are just going to come up beside us. So we can keep those hips pretty straight. So I hope I'm making this more clear. Deep breath in here. Exhale it out. Very nice. Feeling a nice toning in that front leg. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. Very nice. We're going to switch sides. Your left foot comes out in the front and your right foot is sent back. My back foot is at a 90-degree angle still. Front foot is straight ahead. My knee is over that ankle. This hip of the bent knee is forward. This hip is opened up, kind of at a diagonal, going to the corner of the room. Okay? And with a deep breath, we'll bring both arms up for Warrior 1. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. Very nice. Come up and give the legs a little bit of a shake here. All right, so this is where I was kind of combining shapes together. The next pose that we're gonna do is, let me just make sure I don't have my glasses, is crescent moon or high lunge, okay? All right, so we are going to open up the leg even more and bend the front leg even more, okay? So the front leg can come forward. We're going to bring the back leg as far back as we can, and as we bend that knee, that we're just going to kind of sit right down. So the pelvis is coming forward, okay? And do you see how my back leg is not straight? It is coming down, okay? It's straight but at an angle. And my knee coming forward is down a little bit more than when we do Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. So you're really feeling a real hip opener here, okay? And you're feeling a lot of strength building in that front thigh. Hip opener in the back leg, strength in the front thigh. And if you feel okay, you can put your hands on your hips or you can bring them up beside your ears. And this is crescent moon or high lunge. Breathing deeply. It's a harder pose than the warrior poses. Exhale out. One more inhale in. Exhale it out. How we're gonna come out of this is we're gonna bring our hands to the floor and just push that back leg forward. Stay here for a minute. Nice forward fold, breathing in. Exhale it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, big inhale. Exhale it out. Very nice. I can feel that. And usually, in the beginning, I usually tell you that you should do really to get the benefit of this particular yoga workout, because it's pretty gentle and soft. Maybe 25-30 minutes of building your heart rate up and having like a nice calisthenic workout, whether it be a walk or dancing or some type of aerobic movement, whatever feels good to your body. That's really going to give you the ultimate benefit with this practice, so that you've really moved your body. Now you're stretching your body and toning your body in this yoga, and then coming down to a quiet place, lowering the heart. That's going to give you the best benefit. All right, so now we're switching sides for high lunge or crescent pose. You're going to bring that front foot out. For this time, it's going to be your left foot, my right. You're going to bring the back foot back. And in this pose, you have your feet are going in the same direction. Hips and feet are going forward, okay? So I'm going to bend that knee and stretch that back leg out nice and long and wide. And take a nice deep breath in here, hands on hips. Feeling this really nice stretch down that hip, that opposite hip. Feeling a lot of toning in the quadricep. And using balance, you might want to use a chair or a wall, something beside you if you're struggling to balance in this pose. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale those arms up. Exhale out. Nice big inhale here. Exhale out. Then one more inhale. Exhale out. Bringing the hands down, we're going to send that back leg forward and come into a forward fold. Nice big in breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big inhale, root to rise. Hands come to Anjali Mudra. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Okay, we're going to do warrior 3, and then that way we'll have all the warrior poses down. So here you might want to get a chair. I'm going to grab my chair, and I'm going to show you this pose in variation. So warrior 3 is a balance pose, and it's going to be on one leg. Now, if you're not ready to do it on one leg, you don't have to do it on one leg. You're still going to get benefit no matter how you do the posture. You're still going to get some benefit, okay? So the true posture for you is how your body feels good doing it. I'm just going to take a little sip of my water. You can take a sip if you need to. Okay. So the trick with balancing poses when you're lifting a leg off the ground is to find a focal point and to kind of keep your eyes there. So for warrior 3, how we can get into warrior 3, first I'm going to show you the pose, how it looks in its more challenging way, and then I'm going to show you with the chair. Okay, so I am going to begin to allow myself, hinging at the hips, to come forward with my torso. And then I'm going to allow my leg to extend out. And then I'm going to bring my hands for Warrior Three into prayer. And so you're really balancing. My focal point is right directly beneath me on the mat. And I'm really remembering Pada Bandha. My four corners of my feet are really gripping the floor. I'm going to take a big inhale here. Exhale it out and come down. So Warrior Three can also be done with a chair. So I'm going to bring up my leg, bring up my knee. I'm going to begin to fold forward, holding onto my chair, and extend that leg. You are still getting all kinds of stretching benefits in that hip flexor of the raised leg, down the back of the standing leg. I'm working my glutes here. We want to try to keep our hips parallel to the floor. We have a tendency to come out sideways in this pose. So we're trying to keep parallel with the floor, hips down to the floor, belly away from your thighs, tucking in that abdomen to the back spine. Taking a deep breath in, bringing the knee in, up, and let's take a nice in-breath here. Exhale it out. Now, if your Warrior Three is here, that's okay. That's the start. Everybody has to start where they need to start, and we don't want any discouragement, okay? And then we're gonna take it to the other side. I'm gonna do the more challenging Warrior Three first, and then if you need a chair, now you know what you can do, how you can incorporate the chair into that pose. And so the first thing we're gonna do is inhale, bring the knee up, begin to let the core of the body, the torso of the body, tucking in the abs, come out. Feeling strong Pada Bandha on that standing foot. Hips are facing the floor. And you can put your hands wherever they feel comfortable in Warrior Three. Some people shine them out in front of them. Some people stay on their hips. I find this to be comfortable. Nice deep breath in here. Exhale it out. One more in breath. Exhale, come out of the shape. Very nice. All right, let's shake those legs out. Warrior Three. Nice deep breath in. And just swan dive down into a forward fold here. Knees are bent if they need to be. If not, see if you can experiment. See if you can find a little more space in the back of the legs. Taking a nice big expanded breath into the back ribs. Exhale it out and see if you can find a little bit more space by coming down further. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, root to rise. Hands come to high prayer. Anjali Mudra. Perhaps here we could all just have our thumbs touching our hearts and just offering this balm, this white and purple soothing light to just find its way to Ukraine, just wrapping the people there and safety, honoring their courage and their commitment to freedom. It's truly amazing what we are watching unfold. One more deep breath in here. Exhale it out. I want you to find a blanket or something that feels comfortable under your back if the floor is not comfortable enough. And we're going to do a few poses before we end, working our abdomen. I have a collarbone injury that is bothering me, and so today I'm not using my upper body as much, and sometimes that happens when we come into practicing any kind of exercise. We find that sometimes our body just needs a rest, and so I'm not going to do too much with my upper body, but boy, I can always work my abs, and it's very rare that my abs ever hurt. It's too much cushioning in the way for them to hurt. All right, so what we're going to do is come down all the way, however comfortable of a way you can do that. You're going to come down all the way, and you might want to have a pillow or another little blanket beside you so that when I offer a variation, you have that right next to you. So this pose that we're going to do is called a revolving twist pose. It's a new pose for me. I've been practicing it for the last couple of days. And so it looks like this. You're going to come down all the way to the mat, and you're just going to give your pelvis a little tuck, like bringing it up forward. So it's more facing the ceiling. So see how my back is flat like this? And then I just kind of give my pelvis a little up tuck. So you just want to be protecting that lower back, okay? We're going to bring our knees in together. And we're going to, oh, hold on a second. Yes, we're going to bring our knees in together. Sorry about that. And we're going to open up like a T with our arms, and we're really going to press the tops of our arms into the floor, because we're really going to work the ab here, and this pushing into the floor is really going to help us. And when you're ready, you're going to take an inhale here, bringing the legs out away from the body, and then over to one side, until you can feel your abs having to do the work of holding them against gravity. Breathing in deeply. Exhale it out. Revolving twist pose. Exhale it out. One last breath. Exhale it out. Bringing the legs up and bringing them in, giving them a little hug. Now, if that was really hard or something wasn't feeling comfortable, you can always just keep your knees bent and do the same thing. I can feel my abs working, just not as much. You can also just bring your legs up and out just a little bit until you're ready to do more, okay? All right, so tucking that pelvis up and in, so you're creating protection for that lower back. Holding your abs, using those abdomens straight, giving them strength. And then when you're ready, you're going to take a nice in-breath here and exhale it out, bringing those legs to the other side until you can feel that it is your abs doing the work, keeping them up. You can also feel this in the glute of the side that you are letting the legs go towards. Deep breath in here. Exhale it out. Really using those arms for stability, engaging the abs, tucking them into the back of the spine. Remembering to breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. Bring those knees in, give them a little bit of a hug. Really good. All right, our next pose, we're going to come back up onto our glutes, onto our bum. And we are going to, this is boat pose. I really love this pose. So boat pose is finding those seat bones and really getting them grounded in. And then you can start out with using your hands if you need to. You're going to bring the legs up and out, and then finding your balance, bringing the hands up as well. Boat pose. Exhale it out, come down. That's a really challenging pose. Like, you can really feel the abdomen's working there. All right, the abdomen, not the abdomen, sorry about that. All right, we're gonna do that pose again because it feels so good. I'm going to swing around and do this side, just maybe you can see me better. So you can start out by using your hands, getting those legs out. Your legs don't have to be straight, it's just prettier. Like the pose just looks prettier. Breathing in, exhaling out. One more in breath. Exhale it out. Wow. Boy, do I really feel that. I feel it in the hip flexors too. All right, nice deep breath in here. Exhale it out. And here is our last pose, fish pose. Now this one is a little bit more of a challenging pose. You might want to have a blanket. This one does give an arch to the upper back. Well, it gives it to the whole back, but a lot of your pressure isn't on your shoulders anymore. It's going to be on your head. So let me do the pose first, how it should be done, and then we'll do a variation if it feels too much. And I can also show you with the bolster a variation that feels good, and it's a really nice stretch. This really works the abdomen as well. So you're going to come down on your back. And the hard part of this pose is that you have to make an arch in the back. And you're going to put your head on the floor, not the crown of your head, but just before the crown of your head. And I'll show you, it looks like this. So that you are, with your head, taking your back, your shoulders and your back up off the floor. And when you're ready, your legs are going to come out straight. If you have lower back problems, this is not a good pose for you. I'll show you a variation. Taking in a nice in-breath. And you can also bring the hands out if you want. You can add that little bit of a challenge. Exhale out. And then slowly come out of that pose because you're putting your neck in a very vicarious position. All right. So you can do a fish pose like they do in yin yoga when you are really working on stretching and working on trying to find all of the negative energy and the stagnant energy. Yin yoga is a wonderful kind of yoga where you are in certain positions that are comfortable but with discomfort at the same time, because you stay in those positions for about 4 minutes, sometimes even longer. But yin yoga is a very healing, therapeutic, restorative yoga, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it, especially if you're just not feeling well. Yin yoga is wonderful. So in yin yoga, you could do fish pose like this. You could hang your head, and do you see how my whole back is up off the floor? And there is still space here. There's still an arch. And you can bring the legs out and bring the feet up. And this, I can still feel this pose working even though I have support for my head and neck. There's nothing wrong with this. There's no shame in fish pose with a bolster. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. And then slowly find your way out of it. I'm not very graceful today. My collarbone is hurting. All right. So because I want to keep this practice shorter, we're going to do one last exercise, and from there we're going to just go cool down and go into Shavasana. All right, so last exercise is a little bit of movement, and most people have done these before, and they are yogic bicycles. All right, so again we're gonna push that pelvis up, protecting the lower back. We're gonna bring the knees up to about a 90-degree angle, maybe a little bit more open than 90 degrees. And we're gonna take our hands, put them behind our head, and we're gonna bring elbow to opposite knee, opposite elbow, opposite knee. And we're really just working the abs. Remembering to breathe. Let's do like 6 more of these. Very nice. And bringing the head down. Now, if yoga bicycles were too much for you, you could just come up like this. Really working the ab. Don't push from the shoulders or the head. Let the abdomen bring you up. We're going to bring the knees into the belly. Nice big in-breath. Exhale it out. One more big in-breath. Exhale it out. I'm going to bring the legs up and just do some circling with the ankles, in and out. Some pointing and flexing. We're going to fold one leg over the thigh of the other, reach behind, flex that foot, and just pull that leg in towards us, feeling a really nice stretch in the glute. And switching, going to the other side. Continuing to breathe, settling into your own rhythmic breath, coming into happy baby. Feeling a nice stretch in the inner thigh. Maybe one last stretch to the back of the legs here, extending them straight. Bringing the legs all the way out. And if you can imagine someone is pulling your hands and another person is pulling your feet and just giving you this one nice long body stretch, full body stretch here. Coming into your own cycle of breath. Staying here. Maybe putting a warm blanket over you if you have one beside you. Just feeling your body begin that descent into non-movement, non-chatter up in the mind. The heart is slow and steady and beating at your own beautiful natural rhythm. Breathing in, finding any last tension, breathing it out. Allowing the muscles to melt into the skeleton to melt into the mat, feeling calm and quiet and peaceful. Shavasana. A Shavasana poem by Zach Beach. Energy, matter, and flow. Without the sun, the mountains, and the rivers all conspiring together, you simply would not be. Feel light not on you, but in you. Feel the wind not over you, but through you. Feel the earth's oceans beating through your veins. Feel an eternal springtime blossoming inside you. Rest in life's endless embrace as it carries you in and beyond. At the intersection of energy, matter, and flow, mind, senses, and soul, let it all go and come to know lasting peace. And when you feel ready, you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, maybe flutter your eyes, and slowly begin to rise into a comfortable seated position. together, we will put our hands together in Anjali Mudra, the prayer of yoga. And we will Om together. We haven't done that yet. On the inhalation, on the exhalation, we will Om. Ready? Om Shanti, everybody. Peace to you all, and I hope whatever time of day or night it is, that you feel safe and happy and free and secure until the next time. Peace to you all.